Hello, this is Sean from Reef Stabilization Creations, and I wanted to give you guys a quick update. This is probably day 9 or day 10. I had said on day 7 of my zeovit build that I was not going to use a UV and that I didn't plan to buy one. Unfortunately, that decision has changed. I am having either a marine velvet issue downstairs on my big tank since I moved it downstairs, and an ick issue that can develop in my upstairs tank. With the two combined issues, it's just going to be too much work to quarantine, try to catch the fish, remove the corals. Between work and my little one, it's going to be too much for me. So I've decided that I'm going to purchase a UV. Now with zeovit, you can use one, but when you dose the bacteria into the reactor, you're supposed to turn the UV off for a certain period of time. So I'm going to turn the UV off while I dose. I'll have it set at certain times because I plan to dose it at certain times, and I usually do it at the same times every day. So I'll turn the reactor off, I'll turn the UV off at those set times while I do it. And I ordered a Emperor 80 watt, which is a very large unit. I wanted to make sure I'm going to kill anything that's going to be in the water. Once the system has been quarantined for a while, I'm going to use it on both for a while, upstairs, downstairs, upstairs, downstairs, just to keep things under control downstairs. Before the problem develops upstairs, I probably have some time. I'll do some water changes upstairs to try to keep it under control. I may remove the gravel and do some preventative care upstairs because it's more manageable to do that type of quarantine on the upstairs system rather than the downstairs system, because the downstairs system is very large, very hard to vacuum. Matter of fact, I would need a whole different type of unit to vacuum the tank downstairs. It is bare bottom, but unfortunately, because it's a deep tub tank, it is almost impossible to quarantine that way in that tank. It makes it very difficult to get a proper siphoning. I would have to use a pump, and it would remove so much water that the water change is so impractical to try to do that every day, and costly. So that's why I bought the UV. I ordered it. It should come in 3 days. I'll put it on the downstairs system before I lose. I've been losing fish downstairs, and I've had that system up for a long time. And when I moved the system, I didn't have any additions to the tank. I must have had some disease lying, and I think it might be marine velvet, but I might have that dormant inside the rock work, or in the sand bed, because the tank had a sand bed, and I just didn't know it. And so when I removed the system, I had an Aqua 57 watt UV on it at one point. I actually had 2 of them for a couple of my systems. And I ended up selling them because I didn't think I needed them anymore, and I wasn't going to be adding any fish to that system. So I lost fish every 3 days down there. It's very sad. Fish that I chose specifically for that system. And my last 2 favorite fish are still in the system, and I hope they don't go too before the UV ends up arriving. I tried to quarantine them and get them out of there, but I have so many corals and so much rock in that rockscape. It's just a big operation to get to it, and I haven't had time. And the outbreak had just started maybe a week ago. And in that short of time, I've lost fish. So it can happen so fast. It's incredible how fast you can lose fish. But I just wanted to give you guys an update. The zeovit, I'm still going to be dosing, still going to be using the reactor, but it's going to slow down the effects of zeovit. It's probably going to help in a lot of ways. I won't have my water, it seems like, or whatever the case may be. Some people I'm a firm believer in that. Some people's water quality comes out of the RODI better than other people's water quality that comes out of the RODI. Whether it's dissolved organics or whatever the case may be, I think it's dissolved organics that the RODI doesn't pick up. My water quality isn't very good. A friend of mine had really good water quality and didn't have to take the measures that I do to get hard coral growth. I can get soft coral growth, no problem, and certain LPS, but my hard corals have struggled. I've gotten it a lot better to where I'd like it to be, but it's not where it could be in other areas of where I live. So with the zeovit, I should see a definite change, and I have already from the pieces that I've put in it. That's another thing I wanted to update about, is that some of the pieces look better than they did downstairs, and the zeovit hasn't even been up long. So I don't know how the UV is going to affect it. I shouldn't have to have it on very long on the upstairs system with the zeovit. If it helps it, I'll leave it on the system. I'm not going to have it run all the time, but if it doesn't help it and it's just to help with the fish, prevent the ick parasite from continuing, then I'll end up shutting the system down and continue with the zeovit. But I'll give you guys updates, and I just wanted to give you a quick informational update on what's going on right now. So with that, I'll end, and I hope this is Reef Stabilization Creations, and this is Sean, and I hope you guys enjoy my videos. Thank you.